everybody, my name is Puppetine from the Geeky Puppet Show, here on the Geeky Puppet Show once again, and I know it seemed like we've done a lot of readings. Reading after reading has been coming out. I'm sorry, all the shows are off-season, except a brand new one for Star Wars! We have returned, it's the Dream Team for this world that we're about to explore, and the Book of Boba Fett, let's hope it's season 1 out of quite a few.
One of several, yeah, would be nice.
Season 1, the series premiere of the Book of Boba Fett, Stranger in a Strange Land. It's good to be back to Star Wars, Zach. And speaking of Zach, this is my co-host for this world that we are about to enter.
That's right. What's up, y'all? I stole my Wookiee pelt from a Trandoshan bounty hunter for this. I'm all snuggly. It's good to be back.
Is that your Wookiee call?
No, that was the Tusken Raider. They sound very similar.
Well, you know, Tusken Raiders, while they are very tribal, I don't know. I don't know where I was going to go with this, but you know what?
It was a wild ride. It was a short ride, but it was a wild ride. It's okay.
Hello, Tutillium. Good to see you. Who's that crazy Wookiee? Who could it be? It's Wookiee Zach.
Oh, Maranya nailed it, though. Chewbacca.
Chewbacca. Yeah, that's right. You change your name right there. But anyway, it's time to get into kind of a brief recap. There's not a lot to have to go into because the show is sort of drawn out, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It reminds me of, a Western, as it really should. It's like The Mandalorian. They have those vibes.
Very space Western. I dig it.
And this one starts out, we see Boba Fett in a Bacta tank, which is basically a healing pod. I was a little confused why he was in there for a moment, but I guess once you get to that point in life, you got to do something to heal up.
That's right. He's not a young man anymore. This is
He's not a young Boba. He's
not a young Boba. He's a growing Boba.
He's grown. I know he's a little short, but aren't you a little short to be a Boba Fett? Oh. But yes, we get to see Boba Fett in this Bacta tank, and he is having dreams, and he is remembering his time right after Return of the Jedi. Yes. We get to glimpse back and see what it was like right after. So we see him tear his way through a Sarlacc stomach.
Tears his way through the Sarlacc pit. It was so cool. It was so glorious. It was so cool.
Yeah.
Punches his way out through the
fire, gets out on the ground. But he has those 2 suns just beaming down on him after climbing out. We got to see a stormtrooper half digested down there. And he comes out, he looks up, and passes out. And then, we get to see a series of events. His armor is taken by Jawas. He gets kicked in the face, or hit in the face with a stick. Then, he's found by Tusken Raiders, tied up, beaten again as he's taken to their camp just to be beaten some more.
I know. The Tusken Raiders were clearly in need of a punching bag in this episode. They found one.
Yeah. The other guy, there's this, what's it called?
The Rodian guy?
The Rodian, yes. There's this Rodian that's sitting there, and he is not being punched, but he's a little wormy guy, but we don't have to worry about him for long. Boba tries to escape and nearly does, but that Rodian guy calls him out.
Yep, summons the attack dog on him. There's that little Tusken Raider lizard dog.
Well, he's able to handle the dog quickly, get it down.
Yeah, but then it chases him off as he breaks off and runs away.
As the Raiders are following behind, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we kind of get a cut after he's beaten again. Boba's taken a lot of beatings in this first episode, but it makes sense considering his position, right after that movie. Yeah. But we get to cut to the present, as it were, when the show is taking place. Finnick Shand, looking beautiful as ever. Ming Na Wen, she wakes him up, says, "Hey, boss, it's time to get up. People are waiting," because he has taken over for, well, Jabba the Hutt, and
Bib Fortuna.
Bib Fortuna. That's
Bib
right.
Fortuna, yeah. Big Fortuna, as I like to call him, because he put on some pounds at the end of Mandalorian last year.
Yeah, we got to see he got big and fat. He was like a Jabba Twi'lek, but he was killed, and now Boba is there. We get to see some offerings given to him, a Trandoshan, which we haven't seen in live action in what feels like forever.
The last time I can think of is in Empire when they show Bosk. That might be the only other time I can think of a Trandoshan being seen in a Star Wars live action.
Yeah. So we get to see one here, and he says how great, how wonderful it is to have you here in, what's it called? Mos
Espa.
And
like,
we hope you never leave.
It's like, even when Trandoshans compliment you, it sounds like a threat.
Yeah. There's also this wormy Twi'lek that we get to see, this guy that comes in because the mayor couldn't be bothered to show up. And he doesn't bring anything as tribute to the new crime lord. And he expects something for the mayor from Boba Fett.
That's not a smart move. I think we're gonna see him again, and he'll probably die at some point. I think this season.
He's a bit of one in this episode.
He is very much a meatbag. He is a solid meatbag, but he is still a meatbag nonetheless. Yes,
that's right. You know, the guy's a little older. You got to cut him some slack.
I mean, listen, I hope that when I get that age, I can take as many blows. I don't want to, but I would like to have the option of being as fit as he is when I get that age.
Me too.
Though I don't know. How do you age? You have no wrinkles.
Listen. Sometimes the moths get to you. And when the moths get to you, it's too late. It's already too late.
Sounds like you should stay away from Moths Isley. I said it. I'm not going to apologize for it. It's a wretched hive.
Perhaps you should reconsider and apologize for that. But anyway, ultimately, he goes through the tributes and he goes to this local. What's it? What would we call it? It's not a cantina exactly.
It's like a casino person. Yeah. I mean, I would call it a wretched hive of scum and villainy. It's like a little casino bar place.
They consider it. But what did she say? Paradise?
It was a paradise or a sanctuary or something like that?
Sanctuary, right. So it's Sweden. I guess Tatooine has its own Sweden. It's not snowy, but it'll do. Yeah. And we get... I'm not going to complain. They're Twi'leks. Can't complain about Twi'leks.
No, the boss Twi'lek.
Whoo! I need to calm down.
Yeah, let's simmer down. I did think it was funny because they have like the two Twi'leks approach them as they enter, and they're like, "Can we polish your service? Clean your helmets off and stuff." And then when they return them, they find that there's a whole bunch of credits and money in Boba's helmet. And Penix is like, "Oh, your helmet looks shinier than mine."
Yeah. Boba. Then they leave afterwards, and then they are suddenly attacked. Yes, it's a rather quick attack. And it actually, he has these two, what are they called?
The Gamoreans.
Gamoreans.
Yeah,
pig people.
Yeah, because what had they done? They were loyal to Jabba, and then I think they were loyal to Bib Fortuna. And so when they were captured, they were like, we offer their sacrifice as tribute. But then Boba was like, no, let them live if they'll be loyal to him instead. So now Boba's got two Gamorrean bodyguards. Yeah. So...
Well, Maranya, there is also a shirtless Twi'lek guy in there for the ladies. So this is called equality. Okay?
This is an equal opportunity establishment that's going on here. Clearly.
Exactly. But to the attack, they get through it rather quickly. Fennec Shand ends up chasing after the assailants as Boba is taken by the Gamoreans to the Bacta tank again.
Mm-hmm. Very Assassin's Creed style scene where they're running on rooftops and everything, parkouring. It was very cool.
I loved it when Boba just blew the one guy up.
Oh yeah.
Just suddenly, boom.
Yeah, that was cool. That was really cool. I enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're taking a moment here because Slitherclaw says Froggy shot first. It is why he's not here. He's in holding. Hashtag free Froggy. Everybody hashtag it right now. Hashtag free Froggy. Mm-hmm.
Froggy's probably asleep right now. Maybe.
He's not like us.
He's not like us. He has a normal sleep schedule, or semi-normal.
Is that better or worse?
That's a good question. That's a great question. We'll find out. I'll get back to you on that.
Okay. As we were saying, it's back to the flashbacks. Yes, because he's dreaming once more. He isn't happy with the Rodian, obviously, but he's tied up to the stump, and ultimately there's this child Tusken Raider. I still don't like Tusken Raiders. They're still horrible creatures. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I know they're a tribal species, but we know what they did. We remember Anakin's mother.
We do remember.
Hashtag.
Also, if you've read the Kenobi novel, there's a bunch of really terrible things that the Tusken Raiders do in there too. So they're just bad. They're bad people, or seemingly. There are some good ones. If you deep dive into the EU lore, there's a couple of good stories, but for the most part, yeah, they don't like people.
Yeah. But this child ends up dragging the two captives, Boba Fett and the Rodian, which we never learn his name.
No, we don't, and I don't particularly care for this kid. I kind of just want him to fall into a Sarlacc pit.
Yeah, no, this is a bad youngling. Where's Anakin when you need him?
Right?
But they end up going past this one settlement. Smoke is in the air, and we see this gang paint symbols on the house before they ride off, it looks like. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And ultimately, we see them go to this one clear spot, and they're digging for these bugs. Think of them like...
what were they bugs? I thought they were like fruit or something. Whatever it is, there's like water inside of them.
Oh, I was thinking it was like these millipedes that would look like curl up into the ground, and you just pick them up and you crack into their skulls. Their exoskeleton, mm-hmm. and you drink their guts.
Yeah, I could see that too. I don't know what it was. I thought it was water because he kept asking for water. So I just assumed it was like a type of fruit or like a seed or something. Mm-hmm. But it could be a bug. I don't know. Star Wars got all kinds of crazy creatures. So as we'll get into.
Gang tagging in Star Wars. It was like this. These two L's that are opposite of each other.
It was the Justice League. The Snyder Cut fans made it into Star Wars. It was a campaign for Zack Snyder's Justice League. There were two of them, so they were asking for the sequel. So
hashtag release the Lucas cut.
There you go.
We don't need any more Lucas cuts. He did quite a few of those.
Yeah.
But anyway, they're digging for these bugs, and the Rodian finds these scales. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. That's when this new creature, I think it's new.
I've never seen it before. I thought it was a great dragon at first, and then the whole thing pops up. I was like, I've never seen this thing before.
Yeah, no. If it was a crate dragon, they'd be dead. We've seen crate dragons now.
That's true. Yeah, this thing was like a giant centaur, but with the head of a bug. It was really, really kind of cool, actually. It looked a lot like...
Mortal Kombat to me.
Very Mortal Kombat, but then it also looked like, if you look at the aliens that they did the practical stop-motion effects for in the original trilogy, it looked very similar in design to those.
And ultimately, it kills the Rodian, buries it into the ground, still with its last life, but it's dead.
It's dead.
throws the child across the room with the reptile dog thing.
Yep.
And that just leaves Boba, who has his chain freed from the Rodian, as he gets up and, well, he chokes the ever-loving life out of this creature.
It was, I'm not sure. I believe probably it can't be a coincidence. It seems like it's a callback to how Princess Leia strangles Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
A little bit of, probably a callback to that. It's very similar looking. But yeah, that was really cool. I dug that scene.
Me too.
And then they like cut it off and they bring his head back to the Tusken Raider camp. Kid's holding it. And he's like, I don't know what he was saying. There's no subtitles for the Sand People, but I just bet this kid is so ratty. I bet he's telling everybody how he did everything, how he killed the monster, and Boba Fett just sat there like a punk.
Well,
like the only one that doesn't buy it is like I guess the village elder, the guy who's just always standing there with the staff, because he walks by and he gives Boba the bug or the fruit or whatever it is,
and allows Boba to drink it, and it's a sign of respect.
Boba finally got his drink of water after like 3 days in the sun.
Yeah. I remember there's this one moment when he does find one of the bugs in the sand as he's digging, and he goes to drink it, and the youngling tries to hit him, and he just grabs a stick.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Youngling.
And then the kid takes the cup anyway. He just like pours it onto the ground for the dog to drink. I was like, that's where I was like, okay, this kid needs to die.
But that is the end.
That's it.
I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but it is. When you're watching it and you're going through, there's just so much good. And honestly, that first shot when they go in the mine and you see him in that in the Sarlacc's stomach, it's gonna stick with me forever.
That was a really cool scene, because I was wondering forever how it would look him in there. That was really cool. You've
seen art and stuff, but it's not. It doesn't compare to the real thing. Just right there, and you see him. It's so good.
Yes.
Boba Fett channeling the Leia strangling Jabba scene. Cool idea. Hopefully, it doesn't end up in some metallic bikini that she did. You know, that one Twi'lek girl did look like she was in a kind of like a
from the back. Yes, she did. Yes,
little bit. But like we said, there's a shirtless Twi'lek guy there that I guess wouldn't be too hard on the eyes for the ladies. So equality.
Yay!
Overall, this is a good episode. I really did enjoy it. I can see how, because I watch sometimes with other people, and some people just don't get Boba Fett. They don't get the hype. So they saw Book of Boba Fett and they're like, who?
Right.
But for me, who is a fan, excited to see Boba Fett live and in person right there, going through the stuff that we should have seen years ago.
Frankly, yes. I would have. Didn't George Lucas say that? Like, he said, like, I think it was after the animated movie came out. He's like, if he knew Boba Fett was going to be that big of a deal, he wouldn't have killed him and he would have given him a bigger role. I think he said something like that.
Not sure, because he came back in the EU, remember?
In the EU? Oh, yeah. There's like the whole War of the Bounty Hunters series of books that Marvel Comics are trying to copy from.
Yes, but before the Dark Times, before Disney, there was a series of books afterwards that revived Boba Fett. He climbed out of the stomach, and he had his own things going on.
Yes, he did. So this was really fun. I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the whole season, which is either going to be 6 or 7 episodes. That part kind of bums me out.
Well, 1 second, because I'm going to go off screen here.
Okay.
Something.
Oh, you
got something? This is a segment right here. This is the last word with Baby Yoda. How are you, Baby Yoda? Oh, well, thank you.
He says he thought the frog was going to be here. He was hungry.
Are you sure? That's not what I heard.
That's what I caught. I caught frog and promise and food.
I heard. I thought he was talking about sleep. Oh, wait. Where are we getting these translations from?
I mean, that's what it sounded like. Maybe it was wishful thinking. I don't
Okay.
know.
Now, okay, Baby Yoda, give us
Okay.
the final word. He has some concerns about the show, I guess. But, overall, I think it'll be good, Baby Yoda. Yeah, no, you don't agree with me? Fine. You go back in your corner. All right. Both me and Boba we don't take shit from children. There, go ahead, put that right there.
Neither did Anakin. Just saying.
That's right.
Just saying.
Well, we had a question from Tillium that how long is each episode? This one was actually upwards towards the 40 something minute.
Oh, was it closer to 40? Oh, okay. My apologies to you. Closer to 40.
I
Rounded up.
put Baby Yoda in the corner. That's right.
Yes, he was.
Oh no!
I believe he was.
I'm sure Froggy is asleep, but
yeah, it might have been closer to 40 minutes to heal him, because normally I know if you have an hour-long show on regular television, they normally run about 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And then when you factor in the commercials, it adds up to an hour. So it might have been close to 40. I was kind of out of it. I fell asleep earlier today to stay up for this. So time is an abstract concept to me right now. There is no time. There's only the Force.
That's
the
right.
Force and Grogu.
Right. The Force is everything. Now, I don't think. Yeah. Clearly, he isn't happy hearing that. But, well, guess what? You should have behaved. This is my show.
That's right. You tell him.
That's right. You got to be firm. Raising children, especially children that are older than you, because he's 50.
That's true.
Really hard.
That's true. You got to just lay the felt on them. It's my show.
As Tillium says, hashtag smack Grogu.
There you go.
But that is it. Overall, it's a solid start. Hopefully, it is a 7-episode series. I'm tired of just 6 episodes. Hawkeye ended, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
What now?
Right.
But
what are we supposed to do?
Yeah.
Disney? Jeez. Well, I guess Cobra Kai comes out also this week, so there will be another show.
Well, but that's not Disney.
No, but there would be a different show. Oh gosh, we woke him up.
We summoned the comic book frog.
We did.
Now, Froggy, I do have to warn you. Yeah. You got to be careful around here, Froggy. We have somebody who is known to enjoy amphibians in a way you won't be pleased.
An amphibian boar. So
what?
Amphibivore? Well, like you have herbivores and carnivores. There's an amphibivore. He eats frogs.
That's right. He has a very specific set of skills, and he will use them. He will find you, and he will kill you.
And he will force choke you, and then he will eat you.
That's right. I need that in Yoda's voice. I will find you. I will eat you. Oh. Yes.
That was a poor idea. We shouldn't have followed that one through.
Oh, well.
We should have left that one on the drawing board table.
That's right. I have to think. Real Yoda. Maybe he enjoyed frogs too. We'll see if you survive. But we aren't surviving much longer. This is about the end for us. Thank you so much for watching. We're going to put the ticker up. Please be sure to like, comment if you like the episode or not. Comment if you, they're right there. See the keyboard? You got to let us know how you feel. And you know what? We might read some of them. Oh God, I'm not putting that up here, Froggy.
Oh.
I don't think he... Yeah, no, he doesn't like that. That's right. But we will ask you to also subscribe, trying to build a base around here, and we will have more Star Wars content coming to you soon. So, for Zach and myself, we really just want to thank you one last time before we say, may the Force be with you, and bye! Eat at Froggy's?
Eat at Boba's.
Eat at Boba's.